Good morning. It's time to wake up and be wealthy. And selfishly, I am so excited for this episode and this amazing guest that I'm about to reveal because I have followed you for so long and I just love everything that you're about. And like your journey of being a woman in business is so inspiring. So, we have Nicole on the show today, and she is talking about paid advertising and how you can leverage it in your business no matter where you're at in your business journey. So you can go from DIYing your ads to then eventually having somebody do them for you. And I just like, I'm gonna be quiet because I just want to like unleash the beast on this of like, tell us everything that you want to share in regards to this topic and let's go.
Yay! Thank you, Natalie. I just appreciate you asking me to be on. I'm so excited. And for those of you listening, I may sound a little different, but I'm getting over a cold. So that's what life's all about, right? We sound how we sound. It's cool.
Yes.
But yeah, my name's Nicole Diedrich. I own an awesome boutique marketing agency called Diedrich Marketing Strategies. And we really focus on supporting women entrepreneurs like yourself with scaling their business through paid advertising. So I really focus on Facebook and Instagram advertising, and I have an awesome partner who helps my clients with Google Ads. So we're really kind of branching out into all of the paid advertising spaces. I just got accepted into Hulu Ads. So we'll see how that goes with like actual like TV ads on streaming sites. But yeah, I love paid advertising. I think it can be a game changer for your business, a game changer for like literally your nervous system as a business owner and just a women business owner in general, because we seem to overthink, be a lot more, have anxiety of all types and sorts. I am definitely high anxiety and they call it, high functioning anxiety, right? But it's hard, especially when you are in charge of everything that happens in your business when you start. And I started my business almost 4 years ago. It'll be 4 years in August, which is just like insane. This is the longest job I have ever had. Other than internships, I will say I've had longer internships than this when I was younger, but like longest corporate job has been my own business, which I think is like something really exciting. I am young. I started my business at 23, so I'm only 27. But yeah, we've really just helped a lot of our clients realize the opportunities that they themselves can do with Facebook advertising, right? With learning how to do it correctly. This is the biggest thing because there's so many people out there that are like, Nicole, Facebook ads don't work. I've tried it myself. I've tried to, bootstrap it myself. And here's the thing. I commend everyone who wants to learn how to do things themselves, right? I get it. There's YouTube, there's free sources, all of the free things. But when you're combining everybody else's like different methodologies, it's really hard to find something that works. And what I do differently in all of my training programs and obviously done for you, for my clients, is it's really one methodology that has worked since I've started paid advertising. And it actually started to work even better after iOS 14 happened, when we weren't able to use any third-party things because Facebook, privacy laws, right? And Apple's like over it. That has been something that's been a big blessing in disguise for my business, is how I've always run ads is, okay, we want every cent that we're spending, right, in our ads to be going to ideal customers and people who are going to buy from us. And a lot of ad managers and people in the past, they had enough money where they did not have to worry about that, right? So they could use the ads algorithm to just figure itself out. They didn't have to do any detailed targeting. They didn't do any age ranges. They said everybody and anything. That's not how I teach my clients. And that's why they are so successful, even if they're brand new, right? Because they're able to really dictate where their money goes to, and it allows for a lot more growth and success from it. So I'm so passionate about ads. I think they are so valuable. I think there's a really negative stigma about them, but they're the cheapest thing, okay? They're the cheapest thing we can do for a business. I'm reading this book by a guy who has an agency like mine. It's called, what is it? Sell Like Crazy. It's awesome. I love it. And it's all about, I'm biased, but it's all about how advertising is the one thing, like social media advertising is the one thing in the world right now that can literally, you can put $1 in and it can give you 3, 4, 5, 6 plus times dollar immediately, right? There's nothing else out there like that unless you consider an email marketing list, but you have to grow that list too for it to do it. So, it's not just about like the conversions from ads too, right? It's the getting the eyeballs and the people into your business. So leads. But yeah, I mean, I can talk about this all day. So I'm just so excited about this conversation.
Well, and I work with women from I have no idea what my business is going to be to I'm getting some traction to like all the way to multi-millions of dollars. So like I
Yeah.
hear different conversations at different levels of business of, well, I'm just going to throw ad money at it and then all of my problems will be solved. What would you say about that?
Well, first, my question would be, are you having someone help you with that, or are you just doing that yourself?
Yes.
Because obviously that's a big deal. And also you have to look at ads as like, it's just a lever of your marketing, right? So a lot of people come to me and they're like, Nicole, I have been burning myself out, and they have been, and I totally get it. They're like, this organic marketing, this email marketing, this making sure I'm doing blogs and SEO, all of this shit, right? PR, all the things. They're like, I just want ads to take all of this off of my plate. And, I look at them and I say, hey, ads are just this lever, right? We still have to be doing our organic things to continue to scale. Now, can ads maintain a business and you guys fall back, right? And not do as much? 100%, but you're paying me, you're paying for the ads. So if you're not prepared for that mentally to be like, okay, I'm making the same, but I might be making cash flow wise less right now, but I'm bringing in new customers who will up my LTV in the future, all these things, right? You have to really be prepared for that. It can be scary. And I always have to have this conversation where it's like, okay, you can't just throw all this money in and expect that you stop doing what you're already doing. Because if you're wanting to continue to grow, use it as like a stepping stone, right? Like this is your ladder. And this is your ladder to really make sure you're bringing in, especially if you're a service provider, you're bringing in warm people who are ready to take that next step with you. And I love using ads as like this funnel that converts them much quicker than organic does, right? So what can we give them for free that's adding value? Then what can we have them sign up for that is giving them something extra of value, right? Then what can we get them to like, put some money on the line, right? We're like, okay, you've done this free thing. You've opted into this other free thing. We can see you're interested. Here's something for under $47, right? They say yes to that. That's where we start to have conversations. The one thing I think I see that backfires a lot, especially in the service provider industry, is the want to totally disconnect from our businesses and conversations, like sales conversations. And the reason I get why we do that, we get overwhelmed, people ask us all these questions. It's like, it's a lot of fucking work. I totally understand that. But you have to remember that people are buying into us. They're buying into you. So if you're not willing to have those conversations, if you have not put your team at the forefront of those conversations, saying like, I have a team that helps me and like they do all these things because, I'm busy and I want to do XYZ with my business and life. If you don't have those pre-notions to these new people coming into your space, they're going to get bitter real quick. And they're going to be like,
Yes.
why is she not wanting to talk to me? Like, am I not valuable enough for her to talk to me? And you have to remember that your client who pays you 10 grand a month, right, was a client who could only pay $50 a month at one time, right? They're always growing, they're always scaling. So the biggest mistake I see people do with ads is they're literally saying, nope, you're not at my level. So like, I can't give you this information or I can't give you my time. And yes, time is super valuable, but find automated ways that you can give those people your time still. Because man, do you make money and man, do they grow to those potential clients that are in your space you're in now. And just don't forget where you came from. Like just because you're making like 7 figures, I'll be close to that this year. I probably won't hit it, but I'll be close. Like remember the grind and where you were at before you could invest into other people, and remember how valuable investing into other people was, even if it didn't end up the way that you wanted it to, right? How it changed your mindset and changed your growth, because everyone who is building up to where we're at now needs that too. And
Yes.
ads can really help us facilitate where we're still serving them, but still moving up in our business too.
I love that. And there's always ways to do like a group live experience where,
Yes.
hundreds of people, maybe even thousands can be there and they still feel super special. Or
Yes.
you have like, a certain ad campaign or email campaign that goes to those type of people to check in on them. Like, so I love that you said that because I even think of like big celebrities, like Taylor Swift. Like she's done such an amazing job from the beginning, loving her fans, making them
Yes.
feel so dang special. No wonder
Yeah.
she has the career that she does. She
Yeah.
still does it this to this day and doesn't necessarily have to. So I think that
Yes.
is huge.
It does, and it like changes the game for just the route your business. And obviously I'm talking about service provider here, but this does go for e-commerce businesses too, because if you are making a community around your products and your business, oh my gosh, like my clients who are killing it with ads, right? I have a client who she had hit her first 7-figure year. We're almost 2 years into ads. We started July of 2021. She has now quadrupled her business. We'll be at over 4 million. And that's all because ads have helped with that. Like ads have brought in to this day over $2 million in sales, which is insane. And we brought in over 7,000 new customers from ads.
What's her ad spend? Like average?
So she started at 3,500. She's a product business. She's a consumable product business, right? A hobby.
Okay.
So that does mean something, but it means she has lower gross margin, right? So lower profit margin in general, which is hard with ads at times. But she started at 3,500, and now the last quarter she was spending 20,000 a month, right? So she's grown really quickly. This quarter, she'll be spending $25,000 a month and may grow even more because Google ads and Facebook ads are taking off. So we're doing both of them now. And it's something that I highly recommend that if you guys see success with Facebook ads, try to integrate Google ads because it really answers the full funnel, because Google can take all of the information that people are utilizing right on their computer, because Google kind of owns all. So they can use third-party data that's coming from Facebook. So they can see what people are doing on Facebook if they're clicking on our ads, then going to our website, and then Google can convert them on the back end too. So really powerful. But yeah, they started out at 3,500 a month spend in July of 2021 and just gradually continued to scale, right? Because that's what the ads were telling us. And I think it's a really awesome case study. I love talking about her and her business because she was so scared. 3 months into ads, she was like, Nicole, I don't think I can keep doing this anymore. Like, I think I need to stop. Like, I think I need to quit. And she was doing great. Like, she was being profitable, but this happens to everyone because ads is not cheap, as we know, especially when you're doing well, and it can be scary to invest into it and keep going. But she said, yes, right. I had these conversations. I was like, here's what these customers are going to do. They're already buying back again. And I love having these conversations with my client because it's like that breakthrough moment, that you have. And I'm not necessarily a coach, but I get to have those moments with my clients where I'm like breaking through like their mindset and kind of the scarcity of what they're spending and their growth. Like, what if I get too big? What if I can't do this? And I'm like, you'll figure it out. Like, that's how you do this. And I'll be there to help you. But it's like such a profound moment to have as a business owner, but also as like a service provider and as a client. And it can happen for everyone. And it's just something that I want to educate so many people on and get them excited about, because yes, it's a process, right? She didn't go from 3,500 a month to 25,000 a month, right? Like it took us about, a little over a year and a half, right?
Yeah.
Like a year and 9 months currently for her to get to that point. And it's been something that has been just a really great journey, but a year and a half is not that long, right? Like that's a really quick turnaround to almost 10x what you're spending on ads. And in Q2, right? Not even Q4. Yeah. We spent a lot in Q4, but this is just like a normal time of the year. So if you guys have tried ads before, sorry, my phone's going off. If you guys have tried ads before, I'm in an office. So, normal office stuff here should only ring 3 times. Oh, let's see. It's someone calling about my ERC stuff. So that's great. You're learning about my business, guys. It's great. But it's just, I love the opportunity that everyone can have in it. And if you've tried it and maybe you've gone through a course, right? When was that course made? Because things have changed a lot since iOS 14. When I made my course, it was made after iOS 14. So it has like all of the updated things. Now I do update my course, so everyone has lifetime access to it. And if you join the lounge, which is a membership we'll talk about in a little bit, it's for my e-commerce business owners. You have access to that as well for $47 a month. but it's really, you have to learn from the right person who's done it, because what was happening 5-7 years ago with advertising is not what's happening now. And a lot of people, like, the competition online can seem like it's a lot, but a lot of people have stopped. Like, they've just stopped paid advertising. And then they're like, why is my business not growing the way that it was growing organically, right? Because, no offense, like, Facebook and Instagram and any other social platform has no reason to boost my shit. Like, it's free. I'm literally getting free business from it, right? Like, I am not entitled to them doing anything with my content, getting anything from there. And I think that's a really hard realization to have when we put so much effort into it. But what are the things that you guys own that you can put effort into, right? When you're spending money, you own that. And they're wanting to push your stuff and they're wanting you to make money, right? When you have an email list, you own that. You can send whatever emails you want to send. You can make those type of relationships. Like, you have to really come from it of like, what do I have full control over, right? I have control over my money, like what I'm spending my money and my time on. And I think that's something that's really essential, because what's going to make you hit your goals, however you want to hit those quicker. And ads can do that for a lot of people.
Yes, I love that. And like, I think we forget we're always trading our time or money or both, right?
Yes.
So
yes,
you could be spending so much time creating organic content, to your point, that like, if you just took a fraction of that time and said, I'm going to start with $5 a day, or, $10 or whatever you can do to start split testing and also splitting your time, like, that's working when you're living, which is what I love about paid advertising.
Yes. I love ads. Like, imagine, okay, you had a great night's sleep, right? It was awesome. You're dreaming about all the great things, and you wake up and you have 5 sales that came from ads. It is such an awesome feeling. And like, I don't have I work with obviously service providers and I work with product-based business owners. But when my clients get sales, like, they're not even my sales, but I wake up in the morning, I'm like, we got sales. Like, it's so exciting, right?
Yes.
And I do love paid advertising for that reason a lot, because I think it's the only thing that does that, right? That really can do that for you. And it just reminds you of your time, right? Life is so short. And I really just want my business owners to enjoy what they're doing more, because there are people who would like die to be in our positions, right? Even our positions when we started our business, right? Like the struggle bus, people would like die to be in those positions. And I really want us to enjoy like all of the journeys that we go through, because that's something I've taken away that's been so valuable, even in the hardships. Like, I have learned so much about myself, what I can do for others, how I can uplift others once I have those hard moments in business. And it's just like a life-changing game. And I want you to have more time to like enjoy your business and enjoy your life. And ads will do that for you.
Yes, so. I love that. Well, and we can, like, money's replenishable, but time is not. And so when we start to actually value our time more and create the cash we need to help ads be effective and buy our time back, it's just a whole reframe of your entire business, and like not struggling to get to your big goals.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, this is a tool to help you. Yeah.
And huge. I think it took me a long time, like probably the end of last year, to really realize like how valuable, like how much more valuable my time is than money. Right. Mm-hmm. And a good example is like, this would be like a mean phrase to say, but I had to like kick to the curb quite a few people last year because it just wasn't working for any of us. Granted, the worst part of that was ads were really successful for them, right? But sometimes you just don't mesh. Things aren't what you need it to be to have a strong relationship. And I'm never going to force somebody to stay in contract with me when it's just not working. So I let go of about 50% of my clientele last year at around this time. And I was worried that this year I wouldn't be anywhere close to that revenue. I had under half of the clientele in Q1 than I did Q1 last year. And I made like 15 grand more than I made last year. So it's like a reminder of, okay, like time, value, boundaries, what you want to work, like who you want to work with, what's that connection you want to have. Because what I can do now is I'm a boutique agency. I only take on a certain amount of clients anyways. but I can really focus on scaling the clients I have. Like that's where the value comes in, right? And I add more time to do that. And to me, it's like, I want all of my clients to be able to spend $100,000 a month, right? And be making millions of dollars, like every quarter. That is my goal. That's where I want them to be, if that's their goal, right? Obviously in line with what they want to do. But women $1 million businesses, right, only make up 1.2% of businesses every year. I want
Isn't
that
that
number.
So sad. Yes.
Yeah, I need that figure to change. But I have
Yes.
2 of those women business owners as clients right now, 2 of those. So like, it's really cool to be able to like build them up and to keep scaling them and hopefully keep moving all of my other clients, including myself, into that percentage so that it's, 5, 10, 15, 65%. And
yes, world domination.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Okay, so really quickly, if somebody is like newer to this world, but they're like, I'm picking up what you're putting down. This is amazing. This is a gap in my business. How much money should they put into ads? Obviously the right teacher, like you mentioned, but how much time should they invest in ads per week, just so they can start mentally getting ready for this?
Yeah, I love this. So I, of course, have 2 options. So it depends on who you are, if you're e-commerce, if you're service. But the main goal for me is to have my clients who aren't spending thousands of dollars a month be able to run successful, profitable ads in under 5 hours a week, which usually it ranges between 2 to 3 once you've gone through all the training. I have a course that's in my my membership that I have for e-commerce, and then it will be in my mastermind membership that I have for my service providers as well. But the course, I have 7 different trainings in it. They're only like max 45 minutes each. So it can take, I think it's like 5 hours for the full course. So it's not a ton to get you all the tech stuff that you need to be able to put things together, and also like copy, creative, all of that good jazz. So really it's not a ton of time that you have to add to your plate or like take time out, because how much of our time a week, I know for myself, I spend like 5 hours a week being like, what the fuck should I be working on right now? So that could take away that, what should I be working on? Be like, oh, I'm going to learn ads and I'm going to do my ads work this week, which is lovely. Make money, right? While you're in the state of what should I be doing? But yes, it does not have to take a long time. And I think a lot of people have that stigma, like, oh my God, it's going to be so hard. And it gets harder, right? Like I'm teaching you guys the basics, like how to really make money. And then from there, that's where you can get more help, right? When you're being profitable and you're making money from ads, you know the basics and you can ask those questions to somebody who's going to take that off of your plate. So you feel confident with who is like running your stuff, right? Without you. That's really my goal. Is adding confidence into your abilities and your skills. So when you hand it off, you know that that's the right person for you.
Which is cool too, because if you're a service provider and you work with other clients and you master the skill, ding, 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 you can help other people.
Exactly. And I do have an ads training program for that. So if you are in social media, if you are in marketing at all, and you're like wanting a full agency program, I teach that. I do have one of those.
Yes. But I think that's so cool, because when you can, sometimes it helps our brain being like, okay, I'm going to do this for my clients. Like, yes, we want to do it for our business, but sometimes I find that to be like a little trick in the brain of like, we'll always prioritize our clients first because
100%.
they are helping pay the bills and we want them to be successful. But the cool part is you can be your own client through this journey of learning, master the skills, have your own case study, and then, start to, if you want, continue on and add that as a service, which is cool.
Yeah. And I think that's so awesome, because I just want people to be trained properly with it. I want everyone to come in, learn it properly, right? Because it comes back tenfold, right? However they learn it, whether it's from my course, whether it's one-on-one training, whatever, they're going to be like, well, I learned this from, Nicole Diedrich. And so I know it works because she does all these different things. Like, that's really what I want, because there are so many people out there that just are money grabbers, right? Who don't know the ins and outs of it. And it's so sad when people get burned like that, right? And then they're afraid to invest further, and that just stinks. Like, that's the last thing I want for people, because investing in my business has changed my life. I have full-time team members in our office. Like, I have obviously people outside that are working for me as like partnerships and collaborators and contractors. So it's something that has like really transformed my business and the load on me personally. So it's just really sad when people are afraid to do that because they've been burned before. So
absolutely. And that doesn't have to be the case. And like, I mean, I feel like you can even feel how much you love this, and you live and breathe this every single day, which makes you an amazing teacher, mentor, coach, because like you're in this work, you're embodying it all day, every day, probably even when you're sleeping.
Oh my God, I have dreams about this all the time. It's not even funny. Dylan's like, what? Dylan, he's my husband. He's like, what'd you dream about last night? I was like, oh, I dreamed about so-and-so's ads just taking off. Like, I was working in them.
I believe it. Okay, one last question. I feel like I could ask you a million questions, but one last question. How much money should they like start to prepare to invest as well, just so they can start getting ready for that?
So the biggest thing here is you always want to start with lead generation if you've never done anything in the back end of your ads manager before. What it does is you get good people into your space, right? And it's helping warm up the machine. Remember, this is machine learning. It takes about 90 days of running ads for it to be like, okay, I get what you're asking me to do. So I love to always start with lead generation because it's less stress on my clients of being like, oh, I'm not getting any sales yet. But you are getting emails and you are getting people who value what you're selling, right? The minimum that I recommend is $500 a month to start out. So it's not a ton. I think that like equates to, what would that be, like $15 a day-ish? And I love starting with like warm campaigns to people who've already been in our space, but maybe haven't seen our freebie that we have or our low ticket offer, and then also getting cold traffic in too. So it's really easy to split test that and to just get things started and really start seeing money come from it. So I promise it doesn't have to be expensive at all.
Yes. Well, and like one of my business friends said, like this, like it's cheaper than hiring a team member. Like it's like so affordable. So when you think of it as a person going out and finding amazing people, like it's like, this is a no-brainer, like saving so much money. So
yes, I love that thought process on it because let me tell you, it gets expensive hiring people and those people do not work 24/7 for you. This person,
exactly.
This person works 24/7. So.
I know. So you've got the lounge, you've got a mastermind membership coming up, done for you. There's tons of different ways to work with you. We're just going to drop all the links to make it easy. And obviously, I'm sure like they can reach out and ask questions as well.
Oh, yes. 100%. Like I'd love for you guys, like I'm on my personal Facebook all the time. Like that's how Nellie knows me. So if you guys want to friend me, Nicole Diedrich, I have a picture in a red dress with my husband. You'll see that. Would love to have you join us there. And then of course I have all of the Instagrams and business pages with Diedrich Marketing Strategies, but we are here to serve and help you. I love having conversations and connecting and seeing what could be the next step for you in your business. And hopefully it's ads.
Yay. Yes, it gets to be like, this is not, it's not even it's a non-negotiable. Like it gets to be a part of the strategy. So I love this. One last piece of advice for somebody around paid advertising.
Yes. Okay. So with anything that comes to just investing in your business, right, is if you don't believe it's going to work, it's not going to work. You have to have full confidence and full belief in your decisions, what you are investing in your business for it to grow and for you to want to nurture it and for you to want to see the success. Please don't jump into something that you are not fully confident and believe that it can get you the goals that you're wanting it to get to, right? The successful clients that I see, the successful businesses that I'm sure Nellie and I see, the one common denominator is they never stopped believing in themselves. Like they were the one sole thing that when people kept telling them no, and I hear this all the time, no, Nicole, I believed in it, right? Because I know like the power within and I know that this serves people. So please just always believe in yourself because it transforms your life and it transforms your business. And most importantly, it transforms your impact.
Oh, drop the mic, walk away. So freaking good. Give Nicole some love on social media. Get on her email list, get in the lounge or another offering that she has. You will not regret it. I have followed you for years and I've just truly loved seeing you grow and thrive and get louder in this online space. It is so needed and so refreshing. So thank you.
Of course. Thank you so much, Nellie. I just appreciate you so much.
Always. Well, I'm sure we'll have you back. I say that with all of my guests because I pick the most bomb guests ever. So we'll have you back.
Yeah, I'd love to be back. I'm here. Let Nellie know you want me back. Hopefully I won't have a cold that time. Go.
Yes, let's do it. All right. Have an amazing, wealthy day, and we'll see you on the next episode.